So, in the past couple years, I've really been trying to deeply understand my empathic abilities in a way that resonates with me and makes sense because I haven't always resonated with what people say about what it means to be an empath. I haven't resonated with the idea of shielding. I haven't resonated with the idea of protecting yourself necessarily in all ways. And I haven't resonated with this idea that empaths are somehow super special and different than everyone else, because I do believe on some level everyone is empathic. You would have to be, or you would be a sociopath. Um, but but what I have been understanding is that, or experimenting with, is the idea of the opposite of those things. Rather than protecting myself, opening my energies up more, opening my sensitivities up more, loving myself more, giving to myself more, paying attention to what I feel versus to what somebody else feels. And along that path, I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've also learned so many things. One is that when I open my sensitivities up even more, it becomes even that much more crucial that I love myself, that I'm really in touch with what I need. Not just what I need, it's not even that, it's what feels good to those really keen sensitivities. Because if I open up my really keen sensitivities and then I go into a really dense environment, it hurts it. It's like bringing a baby to a rock concert or something. Like, it would probably scare the baby. It's like, I don't know if that's the greatest example, but just putting, when your sensitivities are open, when your deepest, like most keen sensitivities are open, you do become hypersensitive, and not in a negative way. It's just opening up almost in a sense nerve endings, but empathically, that don't usually get stimulated. And so when you open those up, and then you're directing it in a self-loving way, in a way that you're actually allowing yourself to allow those sensitivities to experience pleasure, or experience love, or experience what it feels like to be alive and how good it feels, all of a sudden a part of you comes alive that you have shut down, that we've had to shut down, usually most of us, from the time we were little, because we didn't feel safe being that sensitive. So if we're not in the business of taking care of ourselves, if we don't believe in self-love, if we don't believe in the principle of loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves, creates an overflow in which we can love other people even better. Because I love other people well when I'm healthy, and I love people better when my life is taken care of and I'm on top of all my stuff, instead of putting my stuff on the back burner to help other people, because then I end up resenting them for it. So the basic principle of making sure that you have an excellent self-care routine, and when I mean excellent, I really mean excellent. As an empath, it is crucial that we have excellent self-care routines. When we do that, and we've started to establish that, which is key for so many empaths, because in the old paradigm we used to put others first, get our worth out of, oh, we're the most important person in someone's life. We can really understand and sympathize with each other, and we tried to be what other people needed so that we would feel worth and value. But that created codependent relationships and really parasitic relationships. In the new paradigm of focusing your empathic abilities, your sensitivities, all on how you feel. So in this level, it doesn't matter whether what you're feeling is somebody else's or yours. All that matters is you're feeling it. So what do you need to clear? What do you need to validate? What do you need to thrive? What do you need to move forward? This is a way of transmuting energy, but it's also a way of filling your whole auric field, your whole body, with life force, with love, with life force energy, with vitality, so that you become brighter and brighter and brighter. And when you open your sensitivities up like that, you will start connecting to others who love at that level, who feel at that level. And that is in the class that I'm doing right now, the empathic communication class, what the focus has been, which is the concept that empaths are, I have this theory that empaths are creating the structure for telepathic communication. And the reason why when I say empaths, I just mean people who chose to come in or chose to really open up their sensitivities. Again, I think anyone has this capability. It's in our human potential. So it's not like it's only available to some people. It's just that it's just an intention we set, I think, or an intent, something we choose to open up or choose not to. And so for me, as I've been continuing to choose to open my sensitivities up more and more, I feel like I'm in training. To be honest with you, a lot of times I feel like, whoa, like this is actually intense, like way more intense than I thought, because I'm playing a different game where I used to just like come into a room and be like, who can I love the most because that makes me feel good, to have them see me as someone who's there for them and like understanding them, but it was always sort of about somebody else. But I realized that when I did that, I was not a clear mirror for people, because I was trying to figure out what they needed and then be that. So I missed a step, and that step was me. I was missing a step of authenticity. Not that I didn't authentically want to help them or want to listen to them or want to be there for them, because I did, but I was bypassing what I actually felt. I wasn't in tune enough with myself. Sometimes I was. Sometimes it was really what I wanted, but most of the time it's just what I felt like I had to do. It's just that I've never known anything else. And so that way of being empathic, that way of creating relationships where people really need you, and that feels good to be needed, and it feels good to be the one who listens, and it feels good to be whatever. That was the only way I knew how to communicate. And then I always ended up feeling unseen, unknown, and really unloved deeply. Like I felt like I was loved only for what I could do, but whenever I showed who I really was, or if I was upset and really talked about it, people would be like, whoa, where did that come from? You're someone different than we expected. And I felt like it would break the connection. When in reality, it was me not being authentic. I had bypassed what I needed, hoping that if I gave them what they needed in a roundabout way, it would give me what I needed. It's really a passive way of trying to meet your own needs. And that's how it was in my case anyway. I know not every empath does that, but in this new paradigm that I'm kind of anchoring in and understanding and learning, is that when I'm 100% authentic in any given moment about what I feel, and I'm many times overwhelmed by what I feel because I'm so sensitive, and I've also been intentionally opening my sensitivities up more. When I say sensitive, I don't mean if someone says something that hurts my feelings, I don't mean easily offended. There's a big difference. I mean I can feel everything. And so I have to be very strategic and intentional about what I'm choosing to focus on in any given moment. And there's times I've had to just, quickly back out of a situation, because all of a sudden I've pulled into an emotion so deeply that it's starting to drown me a little bit energetically, maybe in a room or in a conversation. And I'll just be like, whoa, I need to back out. And I'll just say, I need to go to the bathroom really quick. And I back out, and I have to take a deep breath, get my grounding, refocus, and not pull my energy so deeply into something that is becoming painful energetically. But I